Hey there, Wonderbounders. Welcome back to the adventure headquarters, my office. It's been a while since I've done one of these on the trail videos. There's a lot to update on. I know I've had a couple of videos come out over the last few months, and there's a really big gap between when I was putting videos out previously and then the last handful of videos that went out this past year. And I just wanted to take some time to do a real quick on the trail video since it's been like 3 or 4 years since I've done one of those. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. And probably expect a lot of jump cuts on this video because it's been a while since I've done one of these. So yeah, where to start? I guess the first place to start would be the most obvious one is Raven hasn't been in the videos a couple of years now, and Holly has been in the videos, and I think Bailey's been in at least one video at this point. If not, there should be one with Bailey in it coming up soon. So what happened there? I mean, long story short, Raven and I split up. It just didn't work out, unfortunately. That situation just deteriorated. It was a factor in why a lot of videos weren't getting put out, why I would start to put some out and then would stop. I'm not going to point fingers at anything. It just was not a great situation, and it ended, and we split. We tried to be roommates for a little bit, and that didn't work out either. So yeah, that's what that is. So yeah, that said, towards the end of that relationship, I met Holly, and we were originally just expecting it to be just a casual relationship, nothing serious, and we accidentally did the whole thing, as we say. So yeah, that's kind of how that one happened. And then of course, Bailey is her daughter, and is now, for lack of a better term, my stepdaughter, and she loves making videos. She likes being in the videos. She likes being on adventures. Every time we're trying, initially she wasn't going to be in the videos because I wanted to protect her privacy and stuff like that. But as I would bring camera equipment with us on adventures together, she would get really excited and want to film. So yeah, I I made sure Holly was okay with it, made sure Bailey was okay with it, and started doing videos together and letting her be part of the videos, and she really loves it. It's one of our favorite things that we get to do together, aside from traveling. She loves climbing as much as I do. She loves getting in the kayak. She's always asking me when our next adventure is. So, it's great to have just this family that I didn't expect I was going to have, and now I have them. I guess the next big update that I could probably give is, the adventure headquarters. This is not the same one I was in. The previous one I had was in an apartment, and before that I was in another apartment. But this is a house, and I'm not renting it. I'm a homeowner. I went through a period of time I wasn't sure. I wanted to get a sailboat. I wanted to do the van life thing. I was kind of, which one do I want to do? And then after a lot of thinking, I couldn't really decide whether or not I wanted to do those. And then I kind of came up with the idea of having a home base. A handful of life things culminated together, and I ended up getting the house that I got. I'm happy with it. I have a home base now. I have a place that I can actually put my feet down. It's something that I've been able to customize a little bit. I've got a rock wall that I put in. It initially started to be something that I can just do a little bouldering around on when I can't get to the gym, but Bailey loves doing it. So now both of us climb on it. It gave me a place to store the kayaks inside where they're not sitting out on top of the Jeep all the time getting damaged by the sunlight. And it also gave me a lot more storage space for a lot of my adventure gear that, even with a 2-bedroom apartment, I wasn't really having a whole lot of room to store that in. So, I've got that now. And I think the greatest thing about it is I garden. I've been wanting to garden for a while. I'm actually part of the Master Gardener program, the Extension Office Master Gardener program in Virginia. I have half my backyard is a vegetable garden. I have a big old flower bed that I've turned into a tea and herb garden. My front flower bed is a mostly edible garden with strawberries and blueberries. Um, so yeah, I've got a lot of time that I'm devoting to that, which kind of rolls into why I haven't been putting videos up, or why the videos have been pretty sporadic. A lot of that was stress and just mental health issues as a result of that breakup with Raven, and then settling into the house and having Holly and Bailey move in with me. Those all happened very close together. It was very stressful, about year and a half, 2 years, just going through that, and just that was the lowest priority on my list was making videos. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a hobby for me. If I end up one day making money out of it, that's awesome. If not, it's just meant for me to do a passion that I've had, and that's making videos. Um, and that was one of the first things to go when life took a turn for the worst or for the best, or took a turn for the worst and then turned around and turned into the best, I guess, is the best way to look at that. But yeah, the house became a big responsibility. Gardening took up a lot of time because the garden now is pretty self-sufficient, but that first year and a half, 2 years, it was a lot of work to dig it in and get the plants going and plant it out and all that, and that was sucking up a lot of time. um, we have a lot of the garden journal entries that I was making during that period of time are actually up over on the website. I'll put a link or a URL or somewhere on here to the website so you guys can go and check out those. But yeah, all those things take up time. And another thing that's been taking up a lot of time has been Reba. You know, she's old. She's been hiking with me for a really long time. I think she turned 16 this year. God willing, you know. She's still kicking. She's still running around. She's still a puppy. She just doesn't travel well anymore. And it's nothing against her. You know, if she lays down in the car for too long for a long road trip, it makes it really hard for her to get up and climb rocks and stuff like that. She's starting to have a lot of real bad hip issues. Nothing where she's in pain constantly, but you know, just enough that it makes it hard for her to hike with us still. It makes it hard for her to come out to the crag when we go climbing. It just makes it difficult to do that. And I also just don't like leaving her in the car anymore. It used to be that, at least when I winter traveled, I didn't have a problem letting her lay down and sleep in the car or anything like that. We'd crack the windows while we went on a hike, and she would have a nice cool car to lay down in. But because of those hip issues, I don't necessarily want her laying in the car, even with the temperatures being nice and cool and her having water. So it's easier for her to stay home. Um, but that also has limited how often we can travel, and how often we can travel for more than one day at a time, because we don't want to leave her alone for long periods of time, and we don't want to keep asking friends and family to come over and take care of her while we're gone. So that's definitely been an impact on our travel. That's been a lot of it. This past year, we started putting videos out again, and then I started having health issues. We've mostly got those issues figured out. I haven't had a problem with what I was having a problem with for a couple of months now. It's another cross our fingers, and hopefully, you know, we don't have any further issues with it, especially when I start getting into a pretty heavy training regimen again. But yeah, that affected videos, it affected work, it affected gardening, it affected climbing, it affected a lot of things. I mean, it was several months there. I was going, I'd spend a week or two in bed, and then I'd be out of bed for a bit, start trying to get caught up on stuff, and then I'd have the issue pop up again. And it dropped me, and let's be honest, it was kidney stones, and those suck. It put me in the ER, I think 2 or 3 times at this point in the past year. It was not fun. So that was another big factor in not getting videos up. That's where I've been the last 2 or 3 years. On the flip side, some good things in my life. I've, like I said, I've got Holly, I've got Bailey, um, master gardener. I became a master gardener. That's fantastic. I'm super happy about it. I actually renew this year. Actually, tomorrow night I think is my next meeting, and we pay our dues and re up for next year, and so I'll be doing that for another year. Um, I also the local art gallery in the city I'm in. I the last 2 years have submitted photos. The In both years, my photos were selected to be in the show. And the first year I was in, the photo actually got selected to win one of the prizes. They did first, second, third, and then three um, honorable mentions. And my first year competing, I got an honorable mention. And to give you an idea, just getting selected from the show is a big deal. I think last year they had something like 600 submissions. I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but it's a significant number of submissions, and they only pick like 30 of them. So just getting picked to be in the gallery, because you hang in the gallery for a month. Um, so just getting selected is a win. So that first year, not only did I get picked to be in the gallery, but then I won an honorable mention. And then my second year, again, I didn't get an award, but I still got selected to be in the gallery out of all the photos that were selected. So that was a big deal for me. Um, I've got a composite photo for uh, the eclipse that happened. We took a road trip out. There's videos on the page. I'll put a link or something somewhere to that video series, um, where we drove out to Illinois to see the total eclipse, and I got some really good photos, and those are going to be my entry for this year. So fingers crossed, we win something this year again, or at the very least get in the show. But yeah, that's what's been going on. It's been a trip. A lot of good, a lot of bad. They balanced out. I'm happy. I'm still going. I'm still making videos and hoping to get them out a little bit more regularly. Trying to go for, at least one video a quarter, and we'll see how that schedule goes. But if not, I'll get them out when I get them out. But yeah, that's really all there is to update. We got a couple of good trip ideas coming up. Um, don't want to give anything away. I've got at least 3 videos in the pipeline right now. One Holly and I have to do some voiceover for before I can get it out. It's a follow-up day tripper video, which are the short forms that I'm doing with extra footage that I have over from trips that we took. But I didn't have enough footage to actually make a long length video like the Illinois trip for the eclipse. So we're kind of doing a little listicle short form video. I got one of those out. And then I have the Damascus video, which has been in the pipeline since the split with Raven. That was what I was working on when all that happened. So I've picked that one up and I'm trying to finish it up. That one I've got to do voiceover on. And then we've got another one where we took Bailey caving for the first time in a wild cave. And those two are going to be almost a feature length. They're not going to be like the Illinois trip ones where it's 10 to 20 minute video. These are going to be quite significantly long videos, and it's actually us taking you. You're going to follow me on the trail when I was hiking in Damascus, and you're going to follow us through the cave and then back out of the cave. And it's more just a lower production, but with cuts and stuff and editing, and more just you're with us, so you're coming along with us on that trail. So we've got those 3 things I'm working on. I'm hoping to knock at least one of them out before the new year. But yeah, that's what we got in the pipeline. if you guys think of anything that you'd like me to show off, leave a comment down below. I hate to beg for comments and likes and subscribes, but I do the whole YouTube thing and all the feature length videos, so go ahead and do that. But the comments, tell me what you want to see, and I'll try and make a video, or I'll put it on the list. Or if you think of something interesting that I should look into, I may not be able to make a video out of it, but I'm always looking for new stuff to travel to and check out and see what I can't make out of it. But yeah, that's where we're at. So, as always, get out there and keep exploring.